What's up? Today we're doing something a little different. I'm bringing you into my home studio here where I'm going to actually demo for you an app that I've developed. I vibe coded it, okay? I've been talking a lot about AI and how it can help you in different aspects of your life and in your business and all of that stuff. I want to share how I vibe coded an app that has allowed me to track my habits. It's a habit tracking app. Now, I've been tracking habits for years now. To be specific, I've been tracking habits for 6 years, 10 months, 1 week, and 2 days. How do I know that? That's because that's how long I've been tracking my exercise every day. So what I want to do is take you inside of my habit tracking app. But first, I want to paint a picture of what the problem was beforehand. So I've been tracking my habits for a while and I've tried different apps for it. What I realize is that whenever I'm using a habit tracking app, I'm trying to adjust my habits around how the app functions. And that doesn't make sense to me. So what I decided is I want an app that is built around how I function. And that's exactly what I built. So my app is right here. It's called, well, Habit Tracker, even though it does more than just tracking habits. So here we're looking at it right here. You can see today is Friday the 21st, and I have a number of habits that I am tracking, from prayer to spiritual activity. That's my Bible study in the morning. Exercise, that's the one that I have the longest streak on, 2,499 days. That's long. Practicing my Spanish, I've been practicing Spanish for 202 days and I still need help. So if anybody wants to help me with my Spanish, feel free to reach out. And then water drinking, 548 days. This one upsets me because 549 days ago, I missed drinking water by like a few ounces. And that was after over 1,000 days of tracking that habit. So I had a huge streak and I just missed by a little bit and I just couldn't. I can't say that I did it that day because I didn't actually do it that day. Anyhow, so right now you can see it's at 548 days. So then my newest habit, which is posting a video each and every day. When I do that today, I will check this off and it's going to be a 14-day streak. Wait, I just realized something. I don't have a way to uncheck this habit. Oh, shoot. Well, this brings me to a great point. Oh, wait, I can, but I have to come in here and then so I've unchecked it. That's a little too much work for me to do. I'm going to show you how I'm going to fix that in a little while when I show you how I make adjustments to this app. So this is the first part. And like right now I have drunk, you could see 64 ounces. If I drink any one of these increments, I can just click on that and it'll adjust it. So for example, if I did another 32 ounces, which I'm almost done with my 32-ounce bottle of water, I can check that off here. So this is the habit tracking part of it, but it does a whole lot more. It actually has a section here that I don't use anymore, and that's a nutrition section where I can scan the food that I'm eating and it'll estimate the macros and the proteins, the carbs and the fats and the total number of calories. It'll do all of that stuff, kind of like Macro Factor. That's another thing that I was doing, but I was using a different app for that. So I had the habit tracking app, I had the app for tracking my calories and so on. Now, I'm not using this section right now, and that's because I got a Google Fitbit Air, and the Google Health app does a really decent job at that, and I wanted to have all of my health tracking stuff inside that app. So I'm probably going to remove this. I can either scan the barcode or search up a specific food. I could take a picture of my food and it will estimate the calories using ChatGPT, or I can manually add in a meal with the calories and macros. Then I have a place for metrics where I can track my body metrics, and it tracks everything from my weight, body fat. I haven't entered those in because I haven't done a DEXA scan in a while. And while my scale does track body fat, I don't think it's very accurate, so I just don't put it in here. And all of my body measurements, and you can see my weight trend over time and all that good stuff. And then I have a place for tracking my workouts. Now, I use Beachbody. Well, now it's called Body. I use that where I can choose a number of workout programs, and I watch the video in my gym, and I can track the weights that I lift. Now, normally they have like forms that you fill out, like you could download and you can fill in with your weights and how many pounds you lifted and all of that good stuff. I went from that to using a Google Sheet that I made, but then I said to myself, hey, why not just add it into my app? Because I could add whatever I want. It's my app, right? So that's exactly what I did here. You can see here, for example, dig deeper. Right now I'm doing the build phase, and I can come in here and it has the individual workouts because I built them in here. And if I'm working out chest today, I can start the workout and then track my weights right here. And it's a beautiful thing. I can come in here and you can see it already has things populated. The reason it already has things populated is because whenever I work out, the next time I come to do this particular workout, it's going to indicate the weight that I already lifted. Or I could say, hey, this was great, but next time I want to do 75-pound chest press instead of 70 pounds. And it will do that for me and populate that the next time I go and do that workout. All of those things are things that I've programmed in. And at the end, I can get my Apple Watch metrics in terms of the workout time, the active calories, total calories, and average heart rate, and I can put that in there. I'm not going to work out right now, so I'm going to come out of that. But I can also log individual activities. So if I want to come here and do a specific type, I haven't been using this section. I built it out, but I've never used it. I can see my progress over time, the total workouts, 44 track, and all these other details. And I could say, hey, I want to see how well I am doing on my chest flies. And you can see I've stayed pretty consistent with that. Let's see, what's one that I've changed recently? Let's see if Arnold press. Yep, you can see here I did a little lower this day, but then I went back up to 45 pounds. And let's see if there's one where I can show I'm relatively consistent, but here you can say I went from 45 pounds to 50 pounds. Anyhow, so this shows my progress, and then I can see the history, all of the workouts that I've done. And if I want to go into a particular exercise, I can come here and I can see exactly what I've done. Here's the key thing, right? I was able to build this out to function exactly how I function. I want to track my workouts, so I add that in. I want to track my streaks, that's in there. Now, what I want to show you is how I go about making changes to this. So I noticed two things I wanted to do different, so we're going to look at that right now. This is anti-gravity, where I have Claude Code installed. I'm not going to go into the details of all of that right now, but I just want to show you how simple it is for me to make a change. I'm just going to come here and I'm going to say, I would like for you to make two changes. Change number one, I just noticed that when I go to my habit tracker and I click on a habit and check it off, if it was a mistake, it's hard for me to uncheck that. I want an easier way to do that. I would like to just be able to click on it for it to check off, but then click on it again and it removes that check. That's the first thing. The second thing I would like you to do is I no longer use the nutrition tracking section. So just go ahead and remove that from the menu so that it's not an option. Keep the feature there in case I want to use it again in the future, but just hide it from the app. And by the way, I'm using Whisper Flow. I don't type anymore when I'm doing this kind of stuff. I rather just talk it out. That works so much easier. And then I'm going to send that, and it's just going to go and start doing what it does. I don't know all the stuff that it does, but it's just going to do it. It's going to start coding, and first it's going to analyze how it's structured right now, and then it's going to take its time and rewrite the code and all of that stuff, or add to the code and all the technical stuff that I don't know how to do. It's going to do it. So what I'm going to do, this is going to take a few minutes. So I'm just going to pause the video right now and then come back and let you know how it went. Okay, so that took about a minute after I paused the video. So it didn't take a long time. And you can see it says here, both changes are in. You can uncheck a habit with one tap. The nutrition is hidden from the nav. I told it to commit that and push, which basically means to put it live in the app. And it went ahead and do that. So now let's take a look and see if it worked. I am going to pull up my habit tracking app. And as you can see, it actually removed the nutrition thing from the menu. And I'm going to tap this off and see what happens. And I'm going to check it again. And bam, just like that, it's fixed. Anything now that I want to add to this, I can just go back to Claude Code and say, hey, this is a change that I would like to make. And it'll make that change. It's a beautiful thing. Now, the beauty of how I built this is I built it as a progressive web app. In fact, when I tell Claude to create this for me, I said, build it as a progressive web app. And what that does is it just puts it online, and I can install it as an app on any device. Like I can go to the website for this and say save as an app. I can go on my mobile device. Literally, that's what I've done here. And if I pull this up, habits, the habits app is here. It's loading, and it is exactly like the one that I'm looking at here, and it operates like an app. I didn't have to submit it to the App Store or the Google Play Store or anything of that sort. It's just available online, and I can install it on whatever device I want. Windows, Mac, Android, iOS, it's all good. And here's the beauty of this. I don't know how to build an app, but because I've leveraged AI, I can do this. And I've built an app for this. I've built an app for tracking my speaking business. I've built an app for the membership for my AI powered course. I've built, let's see what all kinds of apps I've built actually. I built an app that's a family tree. I've built a time tracking app. I built an app for my wife who teaches music at her school. And it's an app to motivate the students to practice their instruments. And it works like a charm. They love it. And I've built a number of others that I'm just building them for fun because the tools allow for it. If there's any one of these apps you would love for me to demo for you, go ahead and let me know in the comments. And if you have any questions about this, go ahead and ask them because I love talking about this stuff. Anyhow, that's it for this video. Leslie Samuel here. Thank you so much for checking it out. And I'll see you in the next one tomorrow.